one of the things that we get a lot of questions about is our stepping stone program. If you've been following our Instagram or our Facebook at any length of time or for any length of time, you'll have seen numerous posts of us talking about people that have just recently gotten onto our stepping stone program or people that have worked the program, got themselves into a fantastic situation by doing exactly what we had instructed them to. So I just wanted to give you a little bit of explanation as to what the stepping stone program was. Also let you know that Aaron Curran, to my left here, has just been promoted starting this month to being in the business office. So he's a business manager in training at the moment. He's taking credit apps, working with me, working with our clients, working with JR and Dana to make sure we get people into the best approvals that we can for them. He's doing a very, very good job already. He has got the whole prospecting and sales process thing down to a very, very fine science. He's been helping work with JR and Dana for the last couple months to get their sort of newer selves into the right process so that he is able to come off the floor a little bit and come into the business office and work with me and obviously still with them and with you guys to make things happen. So yeah, did you have any input or anything you wanted to say about the Stepping Stone program that you've seen or that you know about it already?
So the Stepping Stone program has been awesome, especially here at this dealership. You guys are totally on the ball, making those phone calls, checking in with our clients to make sure everything's good with the vehicle. And then when the time comes, that opportunity is there, call them up, get them back in. And guess what? They get into a newer vehicle, a lower interest rate, even more peace of mind, really. And Absolutely. One of those success stories, remember he was in a small car.
Yeah.
We got him driving a nearly brand new truck and chopped down his interest rate by like 20% overall, didn't we?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's fantastic. So it's a great program. It works as long as you're willing to work it. That means staying on top of other things like credit cards, keeping that below 30% preferred, and definitely below 50% utilization. So these are all things I'm learning about now in the business office, thanks to Ben.
He's super excited about it, but he's touching on all the right points. So on the Stepping Stone program, basically, almost we can't say everyone will get approved because there are people that have put themselves in a position where they can't, but everyone can get approved with either a cosign or the right amount of money down. That's kind of our promise. If you're willing to work with us to get those aspects handled, then we can guarantee that we can get anybody a vehicle one way or the other. The other aspects of the Stepping Stone program are you got to be a little bit flexible with the vehicle you're going to be driving. A lot of people come in with the idea they want a lifted truck or they want a loaded SUV or they want something like that. We're absolutely wanting to sell you the exact vehicle you want. We even have it on the side of the window that says if you want it, we can find it. Special orders don't upset us, all that kind of stuff. And we 100% believe and feel that way. It's just that sometimes your credit situation hasn't put you in the place where you do have that option. So what we do is we'll find you a vehicle that we'll work with the bank, first of all, get a pre-approval in place, show you some options of what vehicle will fit into that. We try to stock ourselves with inventory that gives you a little bit of diversity and selection. Even if you are on the Stepping Stone program, we're not saying here's one car you can have and that's it. That's not the point of it. But you do have to be a little bit flexible, know that it's going to be safe and reliable. Typically, they're fairly new vehicles because approvals are a lot easier on the less than 5 years old vehicles. So that's something we try to work with. If the vehicle doesn't have warranty remaining on it, then we do often suggest having a warranty in there because since you are on the Stepping Stone program, budgeting is going to be a big part of working through that. So having a warranty included in your payment, meaning you don't have any surprise bills while you have the vehicle. Huge benefit for you and for us, obviously, because then we don't get those phone calls. Hey, my vehicle's broken. What do I do? Well, we've got it covered. There's no issue with that. So you get into the Stepping Stone program. Aaron touched on one thing that we have run into a few times with people on the Stepping Stone program is they'll get their vehicle loan and they will be absolutely diligent and persistent with making sure those payments are made on the vehicle, but they might forget about a lot of the other payments they have or might sacrifice those payments at the cost of making sure the vehicle payment is made. It's good to make sure your vehicle payment is made, but you really do need to keep the rest of your credit in check as well for the program to work. Because if you start getting on the vehicle payment program, you amass a whole bunch of extra debt. Even if you're making the payments on it, that can throw things off. We've had a lot of people that do the Stepping Stone program go over to Money Mart or Easy Financial and they pick up a loan because obviously their credit was strong enough to get a car, so now they're grabbing this loan. Then they come back in and it's at that 6 to 8 to 12 month place where we can start looking at reducing their interest rate, and all of a sudden their debt service ratio, which is the amount of money you make versus the amount of money you're obligated to, is all out of whack, and then the banks aren't willing to give you the same grace and give you the lower interest rate and put you in a better approval than you had before. So we're here to answer all those questions. Obviously, we want to sell cars, but first and foremost, we want to make your life better however we can, whether that's helping you build your credit, get you into a nicer, newer vehicle, lower your interest rate, work together, sort of do some credit counseling. One of the other things that we do, we're not sponsored or working with any of these companies, but Mogo, Borrowell, Credit Karma, those are really good guides to keep an eye on your credit, knowing that they do fluctuate a little bit, being that there's Equifax and TransUnion credit scores that they pull from that might be different, and they are just a guideline. They're not an exact print of your Equifax or TransUnion score. You can contact the credit bureaus to get exactly that if you want, but we find a lot of success with our clients just seeing every month as they're making their payments, they'll just see their score going up. It may not be the exact score, but it just gives you an idea and a visual representation of how fast your credit score can go. So two loans that are the best for, or I wouldn't say the best, but very strong in getting your credit to build quickly is a mortgage or a car loan. A lot of the time, the people that we're working with to get onto the Stepping Stone program aren't necessarily in a position to get a mortgage as of yet. But the beauty of the Stepping Stone program is that as you do this and you make your payments on the car and you advance through the banking process where you go from subprime to nearly prime to prime, that's going to help you be able to buy a house later or qualify for other loans or get a better credit card instead of having to have a prepaid Capital One or any of those kind of things. So there's nothing wrong with any of those cards. It's just that obviously there's steps to get to where you want to be. So any way that we can help in getting you into a vehicle that you're going to like, and I mean, it may not, like I said, it may not be your favorite vehicle, it may not be the dream vehicle you have. We have people coming in on Range Rovers, leaving in Nissan Micras. That does happen, but that's because we're just helping them build. So if you come in with an open mind and you come in with the options and the drive that you want to take and build your credit and you want to work with us, know that we do have a plan for you and we'll work with you. Like I said, sometimes that does involve a cosigner or a bit of money down or sometimes a substantial amount of money down. But that being said, you don't know unless you try. Know that there is zero judgment or shame with bad credit. That it happens. There's lots of people that have dealt with that stuff, consumer proposals, bankruptcies, issues where it was outside of your control or maybe it was inside your control. When I was in my early 20s, I had terrible credit. It was just bad. My first credit card I was given was a $5,000 gold card when I was 19. Definitely racked that up, definitely didn't pay that off properly, got into a lease I couldn't get out of. There was lots of bad choices that I made in the past, and through financing vehicles, I started out at a high interest rate through Scotia Dealer Advantage and worked my way through and then got myself into a much better position. And it's something we would love to help you with. And I know Ocho's had some experience with credit issues in the past.
Absolutely.
It's things that we've both worked through and worked on and are still working on, and would love to share that advice with you if there's any way we can. So if you think you have terrible credit, you think there's no way we can get a car, you think there's no way to do that, still talk to us. I mean, we won't pull your credit without your permission. We're not like some of the online places where they try to get you to submit your information and all of a sudden you're getting hits on your credit everywhere and they're not telling you what they're doing. If you read the fine print, they do tell you what they're doing, but it's not very clear. Here, we're very, very clear. If you want us to take a look at your credit, we will. If you want to just have a sit-down conversation about what it would take or what the best idea to do would be, we're not specifically, like, we're not finance counselors, we're not like a bankruptcy trustee or any of that kind of stuff. If you're in that position, obviously there's lots of places in town that you can talk to about that. But as far as vehicle financing, that's what we're here to help you with. If you need a financial advisor, or you need a bankruptcy trustee, that would be the people to talk to about that. But we're definitely here to try to make sure you have a vehicle that you can trust, a vehicle that's safe and reliable, and will help build your credit. So that's our program here. That's the Stepping Stone program. And did you have anything you wanted to add?
Well, I just think the ones that are online, one of the things you run into is that you end up with a vehicle that you don't even see until they drop on your doorstep, right? So the benefit here is that you come in, you can have a conversation, it's all face to face, you get to physically see the vehicle, and the real benefit isn't just after you purchase it, you're building your credit, but if you're in a situation where there was an issue and you needed a dealership that can help, Island Owl Trucks, we're gonna help you.
Totally.
So that's a huge plus in your favor if you move forward with the vehicle at Island Owl.
If you have any questions as to how we treat our customers before, during, and after the sale, please check out our Google or Facebook pages. You can read the reviews. There's some really, really kind things people have written. It almost seems fake that we have 800 positive reviews. We've got a couple 1s and 4s and all that stuff. But to have a 5-star rating on Google and Facebook and be a used car dealership, which is stereotypically not a place that people have a fantastic time is something that we pride ourselves in, and we've had customers that have had their vehicle even for a month, 2 months, and they've had an issue. We're very quick to try to help with solving that because we want to treat you the way we'd want to be treated. If you're reasonable, we're reasonable. That's kind of our motto as far as issues go. I've said it a lot before, and there's a solution to every problem, and stress is not that solution. So if you're stressed about your credit, come and see us. Stressed about your vehicle that you bought from us, come and see us. If there's anything we can do to help you out, whether it's credit-wise, vehicle-wise, personal life-wise, any of that kind of stuff, we want to be your OWL fam. We want you to join the OWL fam. We'd love to get a smiling picture of you in front of the dealership. And if you're scared about pictures, we've had people say, I don't want to do a picture in front of there. Don't worry, Ocho's a Photoshop king. We'll just take a picture of him or JR or Dana or myself with the vehicle without you, and we'll put in your favorite celebrity, and you don't have to even be in the picture. So yeah, we're here to make car buying an easy and stress-free experience. You just got to work a little, we got to work a lot, and we'll make sure that we can get anybody that wants to drive a car driving a car, as long as they're able to work with us with the bank's requirements. I think that's about it for today.
That's it.
All right, guys. Let us know if you or anyone you know is in need of the Stepping Stone program, or if you have prime credit. I mean, we love dealing with people with good credit too. It's not so much that; it's just that those people don't necessarily have those concerns, and they're not maybe scared to come into the dealership and talk to us about it. But if you are having any sort of stress or holdback or anything is making you think, I don't know, I don't want to go out and be embarrassed, this is a judgment-free zone. We've had terrible credit ourselves and been able to build. We've been able to build ourselves back into a good spot. We'd love to share with you how that was done and help you out however we can. Talk to you guys later. Let us know if you or anyone you can, or that.
Making sure that everything's good with the vehicle, and then when the opportunity. Yeah, I'd like to talk about the Stepping Stone program.
Oh, I didn't see you there. Oh no, already?
What do you mean?
There's still vape juice in here.
Taking notes.
You're taking notes?
Yeah, taking notes.
Write this down.
From the champ.
From the champ. I don't know if I'm the champ. This is filthy.
Yeah, Stepping Stone desk.
Sales, he's got the whole process.
What was the trade? Sorry, guys.
It's not live, it's okay.
The bloopers on this are going to be tremendous.